Boom, hey internets. How much of my brand should I put for promo budget? This is a great question. I actually just got the question off one of my live streams, so you want to make sure your post notifications are turned on because I go live quite a bit for CBA Live. The question is a great one because it pertains to marketing, and a little bit of influencer marketing as well is where I went with my answer. To give you the answer first and then give you context after, I say 20%, okay? So out of your 100% of your budget that you're going to spend on garments, on production, t-shirts, hats, or if you're starting with maybe a cut and sew accessory first, whatever of that drop, whatever of that capsule, I would say about 20% is the number that comes to mind like right off the bat, okay? That number obviously can be whatever you want. It could be like nothing. Also, for a lot of my guys who are on this channel, you're bootstrapping your company. That means you're starting onesie, twosie products at a time, and we're trying to do what in the beginning phases, as I always say on this channel, say it with me, we're looking for proof of concept. Right? So meaning you're going to make a product, you're going to produce it, you're going to market it and sell it. You're going to sell it out. You're going to take that money, put it into another run. Let's say t-shirt. Should you do the same t-shirt? Maybe. If it sold really well and people keep asking about it, yeah, do it. And as you get the margin, right, from that product, now you can make more product, right? Or maybe you feel better about it. Maybe you feel like you're getting proof of concept, so you're going to release more of your money into the investment of doing another drop, okay? But you want to be careful. It's a slippery slope. Even once a company is doing millions and doing really well, it's still always a big question of like, what should we do with this drop? So a lot of that has to do with design, which for most of my people on the channel is the fun part of it, but it can be very challenging. At every different part of the game, it's definitely challenging. But in the beginning, if you're just doing a t-shirt or just a hat, don't keep 20% on the side for that. Just sell it out. And once you get to a point that you're dealing with a generally good number of products, you have enough things where you can kind of subdivide, yeah, I would go at 20%. So I would say of that 20%, maybe 10% of it, you strategically figure out who you want to send that to. And that is a huge game in itself. Out of all of the things you have to do strategy for, this is one more thing to add to the list. But the reason that you have to do strategy is because I have friends that personally work in influencer marketing, but for funded companies, right? So they're basically arranging brand deals, okay? If you don't have a budget and you're just trying to get someone the product and you think they'll love it, the thing is, a really top line influencer is going to want money, right? They're going to want this to be a deal. So I've seen scenarios where if you send an influencer or a content creator or someone who has any kind of fame some product, I've seen management come back and say, here's our different tiers that we can offer for a brand deal to feature the product. Like, so they'll tell you, we'll do an IG post, we'll do a TikTok post, etc., etc. So I've seen people come back with that, but they're not going to post it, and they might even like it, but they're gonna put business first, right? All the way to the other scenario where it's a big famous person and they just like it, so they're like, hey, I'm gonna wear it, I really like it. Another thing that you might want to take into consideration is you might not know if they're in the midst of a brand deal and trying to lock it down, in which case they wouldn't wear your brand. Also, they might facilitate all of our connection with influencers, obviously as the marketing director. And let me get back to the number, 10% of it, which is half of your promo budget. The other half, I would wait till it's out there and people will reach out to you. So there will be influencers who reach out to you and say, do you want to do a brand deal because I like your stuff? But that could be a virtual assistant who's just getting in everyone's DMs. That could possibly be what's happening. But some people will genuinely say, hey, I really like your stuff. And so for 10% of the promo, I would keep it open to that. On the stream where I gave this answer, I also shared that when I was at Arisu, big shout out to Wally Vu. Wally was our marketing director. He facilitated all of our connection with influencers, obviously as the marketing director. And Jeremy Lin was a fan of the brand, and so we would get pictures of him wearing different things. He definitely liked our knits, you know. So with someone with that kind of profile, we would definitely send them promo boxes, as we call it, or promos or boxes. And so that's the kind of thing that you would see an influencer say, hey, I got a box. Actually, the game's changed a bit now with social media. It's a little bit crazier, but in any case, he genuinely liked our product over at Arisu. So we always made sure that he was taken care of. But once we found out that he was a fan of the product, of course, we would then make arrangements to talk to him directly or talk to his people directly so we could get him a line sheet and we could get him basically specific orders for the things he liked instead of us guessing in the promo boxes. But part of that too is kind of becoming a stylist and just saying, oh, if he liked this and this, he'd probably like this, so I'm gonna throw this in the box. And the key is trying to get more hits of him wearing it. Hits is obviously when you catch photos of them, whether it's an interview on TMZ or him getting interviewed, you know, on ESPN or any kind of outlet, getting caught wearing some of this stuff, so then we can use it as content for our social media and proof of concept and to let other people know that the really cool people are wearing your stuff. If you want to take a look at some other things that you need to put into your expenses, I would suggest you take a look at my master budget on CBA. This is one of my best selling items and it's cheap for what I'm giving you. And inside this budget, actually one of the documents is a real budget from one of the multi-million-dollar brands that I worked at as creative director. So of course I had access to our budgets. Of course the names on everything is changed so that it looks fictitious, but there's a template version that you could use on spreadsheet for Google or Excel, of course, and you can change it to customize for your own needs, even if you're a startup brand. But it's good to see what a grown-up budget looks like. But all of this will give you ideas too on other things that you gotta keep your mind towards when you're gonna be spending money. So check that out on CBA. Just click the link below. If you had more questions on this or anything for your brand, please drop it all down below or text me at this number here. That's gonna get my iPhone every single time. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.